Be me, 24, art student, dyed hair, the whole 9 yards, convinced the patriarchy is the root of all evil. My entire personality revolves around being a feminist. Spend my days arguing with strangers on the internet about the male gaze and mansplaining. My friends are all in the same echo chamber. We'd get together for women's circles, which were basically just us complaining about men. One day, I'm at a coffee shop with my friend. Let's call her Luna. Luna is going on and on about how men are trash because no one is asking her out. It's because they're intimidated by strong women, she says, sipping her oat milk latte. I nod in agreement, sipping my own overpriced coffee. They can't handle a woman who doesn't need them, I add, feeling very profound. We high-five and go back to scrolling through our social media feeds, feeling smug and superior. Later that week, I'm at a party. It's one of those hipster parties where everyone is trying too hard to look like they're not trying at all. I'm standing in a corner, trying to look mysterious and unapproachable. It's a technique I've perfected over the years. It's supposed to make men want to approach me, to unravel my enigmatic aura. It's never actually worked, but a girl can dream. A guy walks up to me. He's not my usual type, but he's cute in a nerdy sort of way. He's got glasses and a t-shirt with some obscure band on it. He's holding a beer and looks a little nervous. "Hey," he says, "I'm Kevin." "I know," I say, trying to sound aloof. He looks confused. "You do?" "No," I say. "I just wanted to see what you'd say." He chuckles, a little awkwardly. "Oh, well, I saw you from across the room and I thought you looked really cool." I raise an eyebrow. "Cool? Or do you mean easy?" Kevin looks taken aback. "What? No, I liked your style." My style? Or the fact that I'm a woman and therefore a potential conquest? Kevin's smile falters. I don't know what you mean." "Don't you?" I say, my voice dripping with sarcasm. "You men are all the same. You see a woman and you think you're entitled to her time, her attention, her body." Kevin just stares at me, his mouth slightly open. "I'm not a piece of meat, Kevin," I say, my voice rising. "I'm a human being with thoughts and feelings and a deep-seated resentment for the patriarchy." A few people are starting to look at us. Kevin's face is bright red. "I'm sorry," he says, his voice barely a whisper. "I didn't mean to offend you." He turns and walks away, disappearing into the crowd. I feel a surge of triumph. I've done it. I've successfully dismantled the patriarchy, one awkward conversation at a time. I take a long sip of my beer, feeling like a warrior. The next day, I'm recounting the story to Luna. "You're a legend," she says, her eyes wide with admiration. "I know," I say. "It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it." We're in our favorite vegan cafe eating avocado toast and plotting the downfall of men. Suddenly, a guy at the next table leans over. "Excuse me," he says. "I couldn't help but overhear your conversation." He's handsome, in a rugged lumberjack sort of way. He's got a beard and a flannel shirt and a kind smile. My feminist heart does a little flutter, but I quickly suppress it. "Excuse me?" I say, my voice cold. "I just wanted to say that you're the reason men don't approach women anymore." I'm so shocked I can't even speak. Luna, however, is not so easily silenced. "Excuse me," she says, her voice dripping with indignation. "Did you just mansplain feminism to us?" The guy chuckles. "No, I'm just telling you the truth." He turns to me. "You're so busy looking for a fight that you can't see when a guy is genuinely interested in you. You're so quick to assume the worst in men that you don't give them a chance to prove you wrong." He gestures to the cafe. "Look around you. How many men do you see approaching women? None. They're all on their phones or talking to their friends. They're scared. They're scared of being called a creep or a misogynist or a predator. They're scared of being publicly shamed, of having their lives ruined, all because they wanted to say hello to a pretty girl. I look around, and for the first time, I actually see what he's talking about. The men in the cafe are keeping to themselves. They're not making eye contact with anyone. They're not smiling at anyone. They're just existing. And for the first time, I wonder if maybe, just maybe, he has a point. The guy gets up to leave. "My name's Ben, by the way," he says, "and for the record, I think you're beautiful. But I'm not going to ask you out, because I don't want to be your next victim." He walks out of the cafe, leaving me and Luna in stunned silence. It's like a bomb has gone off in my brain. Everything I thought I knew, everything I believed in, is suddenly called into question. Could it be true? Could I be the reason men don't approach women anymore? I spend the next few days in a daze. I can't stop thinking about what Ben said. I start to notice things I've never noticed before. The way men avert their eyes when I walk by, the way they give me a wide berth on the sidewalk, the way they never ever approach me. I start to realize that maybe, just maybe, it's not because they're intimidated by my strength. Maybe it's because they're scared of my wrath. I start to look back on all the times I've shut down a guy who was trying to talk to me. All the times I've accused them of being sexist or misogynist or just plain creepy. All the times I've made them feel small and stupid and ashamed. And for the first time, I feel a pang of guilt. I realize that I've been so busy fighting the patriarchy that I've forgotten how to be a human being. I've been so focused on being a feminist that I've forgotten how to be feminine. I decide to conduct an experiment. I go to a bar by myself. I sit at the bar and order a drink. I make eye contact with the bartender, and I smile. He smiles back. A guy a few seats down from me catches my eye, and I smile at him too. He looks surprised, but then he smiles back. I spend the next hour just smiling at men, not in a flirtatious way, but in a friendly way. And you know what? It's amazing. Men start talking to me. They're not trying to hit on me, they're just talking to me. They're asking me about my day, about my job, about my interests. They're treating me like a person, not a political statement. And for the first time in a long time, I feel happy. I leave the bar that night with a new perspective. I realize that men are not the enemy. The enemy is the anger and the bitterness and the resentment that I've been carrying around for so long. The enemy is the ideology that has taught me to see all men as a threat and all interactions as a battle. I realize that feminism isn't about hating men. It's about loving women. And part of loving women is allowing them to be loved by men. I still believe in equality. I still believe that women deserve the same rights and opportunities as men. But I no longer believe that the way to achieve that is by tearing men down. I no longer believe that the way to empower women is by disempowering men. I no longer believe that the way to find love is by waging a war. So what's the moral of the story? I guess it's that sometimes the biggest obstacle in our way is ourselves. Sometimes the very thing we're fighting for is the very thing we're pushing away. And sometimes the only way to truly understand the other side is to be willing to listen, to learn, and to let go of the anger that is holding us back.